Hey there everyone, Lord Fidget here with another episode of Aether Raids Offense. This time we have another episode of Astra Season, and I am quite pleased to report that I had a pretty smooth Astra Season this time around, due mostly to the fact that I used Nils as my bonus unit, and using a refresher as your bonus unit is just the most wonderful thing ever. It let me put a bonus unit and a refresher at the same time on basically all of my raiding parties, which just made my life so much easier. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about it, so let's just go ahead and get right into these battles. So this is the first map up. It's a space control style map with some artificial difficulty injected into it through the high emerge levels on all of the enemies not named Leaf, but outside of that, it's really not that difficult to read or deal with. The only thing that comes close to a gimmick is Azura's ground orders, which really only comes into play in one of two scenarios. The first is if you were to place a unit in one of these two spaces to bait up Fjorm, then Leaf would be able to warp in immediately and attack your unit instead. The other scenario is if you were to place a unit in this space, and then that unit failed to take out Lyn, or both. After that, Leaf would advance, and no matter which direction he chose to move, after receiving Azura's Refresh, he would be able to warp to the bow unit and attack your unit as well. I think that the most easily exploitable weakness on this map is definitely this space right here. Note that Lyn does not have her native Sakei's Blessing, so if you place Altina at this location, she will have no trouble taking Lyn out. Furthermore, Lyn is the team's Hardy Bearing user, so after she's gone, you won't need to worry about Altina's Vantage getting neutralized. So after Altina defeats Lyn, she will need to deal with Leaf, who will advance and get refreshed by Azura. She may need attack boosting support to get that job done, due to Leaf's naturally good defense and the attack penalty inflicted by his Deadly Balance skill. However, after she deals with those two, you're basically home free. Just take a melee unit capable of fighting on the enemy phase to deal with Fjorm, whose stat boosts all come from being attacked, and you're good to go. Alright, I'm a little bit paranoid about this because this is my tier 27 battle and it looks kinda simple, I guess? I don't really see that Altina would have too much trouble on this map here, but I guess we'll figure out. Maybe I'm just missing something horrible and setting up myself for a lot of pain. But I think I should be able to just place Altina up here, and then keep Lucina at a nice 2-space distance. And heck, I can break this anniversary cake too. When Fjorm advances, I can just move Naga up a single space, and Fjorm will still be forced into attacking her. This should be alright. I believe Lyn is the first attacker in this scenario. Yes. Oh, 11 damage. Nice, actually. I forgot about Lull Speed Death, allowing Lyn to put Altina at exactly 75% HP. So now, after Leaf advances, he should be taken out maybe in one shot now that I look at it. Let's see, Twin Blades is 40% of res. Yeah, wow, 47. Gosh, he hit him for 20, jeez. Okay, and, oh, this is a nice scenario. Fjorm is very far away from Altina, and the rest of the enemies are literally knocking at her front door. So I could probably end turn here. Maybe move Naga. I'm not sure she can take out Fjorm in a single round of combat. But, yeah, okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and, well, definitely leave Altina here. But let's see if I can try and break some of these structures up the left-hand side, get those Aether buildings. I guess I technically don't need to, since it's my last battle of the season. But again, matter of good practice. So I'll just hit and turn here. Let's see who goes first. Is it... Oh, it's the Seer. Interesting. So, wow, Altina doesn't even need Twin Blades for that. Nice. So Alm's probably next, I'm thinking. And yeah, after that, Azura will advance. And I'll have to see which way Fjorm moves. If Fjorm moves down, then I'll just have to have Nana retreat and put Naga in front of her. But if she moves towards the right, which she may, actually, Altina, if she sees she can take out Altina, and she does, then I can have Nana continue to advance up the left-hand side. And actually what I can do is I can break this lamppost here over on the right, and to keep Fjorm advancing towards the right-hand side with using Altina as bait. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Everyone else's positioning is okay. So yeah, Fjorm moves down towards the right as expected, and I can have Nana take out the Aether Fountain. And after that, actually here, let me start the process of taking Fjorm down. This isn't, the Panic Manor does not hit this space. So let's just do this. I'm pretty confident that Fjorm's res will allow her to survive a single round, and I was very wrong. That just goes to show what happens when you make assumptions like that. Alright, I overestimated Fjorm's res, but again, it's fine. This is the last battle of the season, so I don't really need the Aether M4A. Alright, this is map number 2. It's another space oppression map with a bit of a rally trap element, with Eliwood up in the corner, ready to apply attack speed ruse to anyone unfortunate enough to be caught in its range. This map is also somewhat susceptible to vantage strategies, because the Thurseer below the healing tower is the hardy bearing user, and she's pretty exposed. But at the same time, it's difficult to find a single unit that will be able to handle all the enemy types this map throws at you. A ranged unit will have trouble with all the distant guard stack, and Altina specifically will struggle with the Triangle Adept Rinea and the naturally good physical bulk on Roy and Eliwood. Interestingly, I think a Gale Force setup would get some good results here, kicking things off by attacking Roy to get Gale Force, and ideally, drop your own unit into Wings of Mercy range from his counterattack. The big hindrance would be the two Thurseers, who are not necessarily easy to take down. Another potentially viable strategy is to employ AI manipulation and make the AI aggressive with a hit-and-run strike on Olivia. If you can get the units that Roy and the Thurseers deal the most damage to into the lower left corner, the enemies will be drawn that way. Alternatively, if your hit-and-run striker is capable of handling a round of combat with Eliwood, you can let Roy advance down the right side. There, he will likely get rallied by Eliwood, who will receive Renea's Refresh. You can absolutely combine this approach with a Vantage setup, splitting up the enemies and dealing with them in smaller groups, rather than trying to take them all on in one go. And with that, I've said all I can about this map, so let's go ahead and get into my personal approach. So fortunately for me, I am in the position where this is my second to last battle of the season, and I have gotten all the Aether structures up until this point, so I can very safely only take one Aether structure here, and I'll still have 100 Aether going into tomorrow to do a doubled up Aether expenditure on my battle. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that, because I do believe that the strategy I have in mind will only be able to get one of the Aether structures before all the enemies are defeated. I'm thinking this is actually going to be a one-turn job once I get things started. So let me get my units into position here. I will need to take out the Aether Amphora with Alphonse to ensure that I get that 100 Aether at the start of tomorrow. So let me go ahead and get Alphonse back to safety now, and get Naga ready to smite him up to take out the Aether Amphorae. Alrighty, that should be okay. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the situation here. I believe, yeah, I should be able to smite him up and then break the Amphorae, and then get a refresh reposition action in here to get Alphonse and Nils to safety. After which I can end my turn, and I should be good to go. Let me do a quick range check, make absolutely sure my duo skills are affecting all the units I need them to affect. I'm going to go ahead and fully abuse my duo skill power, getting the special charge in from Alphonse and Sharena, allowing their special to be active, and also charging Ephraim's Gale Force down to 1. And I'll get a move bonus in here from Ephraim himself, allowing Alphonse to reach Thurseer just by moving. I'll smite in Ephraim here, get rid of the double distant guard stack by taking out Roy. Should be a one-shot. And even if he'd had guard, Heavy Blade 4 would have been able to would have allowed him to charge up that Gale Force fully. So that's good. After that, I should be able to take out both Thurseers, even the one beneath the healing tower who has the distant guard stack from Eliwood's seal slot, because Nils will apply his Frost Breath debuff to both Thurseer and Renea. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. And after that, I think I will just go ahead and take Renea out with Ephraim, leaving Eliwood and Olivia to both attack Alphonse on the enemy phase. I do believe Eliwood can deal at least 5 damage to Alphonse, so he will opt to attack instead of providing a rally. Let me see if that's really the case. Yes, indeed it is. He can deal a 15, and he is obviously going to get obliterated by Open the Future. So yeah, this is going to be a one-turn job, and I'll be forced to miss that Aether Fountain over in the corner. Fortunately, for this particular season, that's not really a big deal. And that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Aether Raids Offense. I honestly wish that every week had a refresher as a bonus unit, because they just make your life so much easier. I might even actually just end up keeping some of these setups as they are now, just because they're so effective. but I don't know. Eventually, I'm thinking the urge to score well will probably overtake the desire to have a smooth experience, for better or for worse. So we'll see how it goes. Until then, I believe the next time that I will see you on an Aether Raids Offense video is next week at the end of Light Season. So look forward to that. And as always, thank you so very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.